Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Planets Through Nakshatra series, and today we are going to be covering our planets through Nakshatra, which is Saturn in the Nakshatra of Uttara Phalguni. And what happens when Saturn is in a Nakshatra of Uttara Phalguni in your horoscope? And Uttara Phalguni, obviously, Saturn will be in two signs. Either it'll be in the sign of Leo, the last part of the Leo's degrees, or the beginning of Virgo. So it'll have two different dynamics here, which we'll discuss. But as always, if you do not know where your Saturn is placed, all your other astrological details, what nakshatra each planet is in, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, astrology consultations, and readings, everything at this link. So, Uttara Phalguni. Uttara Phalguni is a nakshatra that is about, see, it represents the same symbolism as Purva Phalguni, right? The cot, the bed. But this is not a bed to have sex on. This is not the bed of pleasure. This is not the bed to relax on. You know, in olden days, even now, if you go in village in India, the leader of the village sits on a cot. And everybody's surrounding them. They talk about the coming season, the crops, what's happening in the village. So this cot of Uttara Phalguni represents the cot of business, the bed of business, where a person sits, brings out their, file, looks at the accounts, talks to everybody, what's going on, how do I help you? So in layman's term, this is the nakshatra of business people, negotiators, contracts, making deals. Especially this is the nakshatra of marriage, making the marriage deal happen. So especially planets in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra can represent a long-term committed relationship in marriage. Especially why Saturn? Saturn is duty, commitment, sacrifice, and Saturn is a slow-moving planet. It'll take a long time to fulfill its desire and destiny. So because Uttara Phalguni represents contracts, marriage, negotiation, business, when these people, especially let's say Saturn is your seventh lord of marriage, sits in this, one will have a long committed relationship and a marriage in their life. They will have a very committed, dutiful spouse in their life. A spouse who wants to be in business with you, spouse who wants to sacrifice for you, spouse who's willing to commit to anything, to go to any length for you. But Saturn, regardless of which house is placed, does very well, especially in the Virgo side of this nakshatra. And especially in Virgo, Saturn's Capricorn and Aquarius Badha is in there. Because remember, nakshatras are the wheels behind the zodiac sign. They're pushing the zodiac sign on the bed of the wheel. And each nakshatra has 4 sections to it, known as Badhas. So this Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra spills from Leo to Virgo. The first 2 are in Leo, then the last 2 parts of this nakshatra are in Virgo. And the first section, the first pada is Scorpio, second is Sagittarius. Leo represents individuality. Okay? Leo represents I, me, I'm the king, I'm the regal, I'm the royal. Saturn is completely opposite to it, because Saturn rules a sign completely opposite to Leo, which is what? All about society, social welfare, social reform, non-profit organization, helping the poor, helping the needy, just being there as a libertarian for everybody. But in Leo, Saturn is forced to say, no, I get everything. I do this. So what happens is, in Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra in the Leo side, these people can become very arrogant towards making a deal. They can somehow look for their own benefit in the deal, which can then bite them later on. In Leo side, they're actually very afraid of making a deal, making a business deal with people, because of the fact they feel like they may not be so fair to you, because Saturn wants to be fair. Right now, in the Leo side of this nakshatra, he is forced to look out for itself first. So this person may come out as very selfish, very hard-headed toward, I want this my way, or it's the highway, Why? Because I'm wearing the jacket of Leo. And I'm in the nakshatra that is all about business and contracts. So take it or leave it. These people can come out very harsh business people that many people may not like. In the Virgo side, Virgo is what? Virgo is the natural 6th house. It's the house of the people. House of the people who are suffering. House of the people who need things. Virgo is about the details. Virgo is about, critically looking at things. Here, Saturn feels a lot better. And especially why? Because Saturn is actually in its own house. 3rd pada is Capricorn. 4th pada is Aquarius. So here Saturn feels extremely comfortable. Saturn says, all right, I am going to look out for the people first. And then whatever I get. But if I take care of the masses, if I take care of the people who are in need of something, then I will get automatically without me even saying something. And in Virgo, Saturn will definitely pay attention to the fact is there everything written right in the contract? Is everything looking perfect in the contract? Am I being fair to you? Are you being fair to me? That's what I love doing. So Saturn actually becomes a very great business person in Virgo. In Leo, it may be considered as one of the most asshole businessmen of all time, or somebody who just does not have the business sense. In Virgo side, Saturn just knows, look, I'll give you this fair deal, but you got to give me my share. And because Virgo is originally the sign of service, these people are always like to be in business of service to other people, where they can provide a service to someone. And Saturn, as you know, represents servants. So people who work under you, people who are let's say they come to your house and clean, they clean this, they clean that. Having Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra in your Saturn shows that your servant themselves are great business people. And they want to provide you with service. They want to take care of your house. They want to be committed to you. If this is their profession as being a servant, they want to be there for the next 40 years. They're very detail oriented, especially you'll notice they're very detail oriented in terms of making sure everything is clean, everything is dust free. And they have very strong foundation, especially your servant would love to sleep on a very hard surface of a bed. They always like to sleep in bed which has strong legs, strong foundation. And especially if Saturn rules your 10th house, 7th house, which is the houses of business, partnership, career, marriage. If the legs of your bed are very strong, you will always have a strong, committed relationship. You'll have a very strong, career potential in your life, any area of your life. If Saturn rules your 5th house and it's in this nakshatra, making sure your bed is very good, in good shape, will keep your children's education and life in shape and their progression in shape. So these are the little things you can notice. And I learned this particular thing from Dr. Arjun Pai. And after testing it, I think last year, it was pretty strong. Pretty strong. I actually tried one of his tricks where a girl had her 7th lord in this nakshatra. I said, check the legs of your bed. If there's something wrong with them, fix it. Well, come to find out her bed, the legs, one of the legs was an inch or half an inch shorter than the other 3. So it would just always daggle. Which means all the relationships she was in, they weren't very sure about if they want to lean on this side or that side. They weren't ever stable. When she got a new bed, she just threw it out, got a new bed. Within, 2 months, 3 months, she got a proposal for marriage. And I don't know if she got married or not, but the things you learn in the field. That's why I love bringing astrologers and talking to them and having a conversation with them, because I get so much more out with them. Okay? But that's what Saturn does in this nakshatra, because Uttara Phalguni is all about, just taking care of the kingdom. If the Purva Phalguni or the Magha was the kingdom of Leo, now Uttara Phalguni is all about taking care of all the nitty-gritty things that make the economy work. Like, these people make great economists. They know exactly what needs to be done, what the GDP has to be, what the unemployment rate has to be for us to be more balanced, for us to be this. So they're very good at the nitty-gritty administrative things. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Saturn in the Uttara Phalguni Nakshatra. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Saturn is placed, all my books, reports, consultations, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.